In December, we experience the season in the church year of Advent and Christmas. It's a time, Advent means coming. It's a time in which we prepare our lives, ourselves, and it should be a preparation spiritually as well as all the decorations and all the gift giving that we do. And Christmas, of course, is Emmanuel, God with us, and we celebrate that birth and what it means to have God with us in our daily walk. So I invite each of you every day to do the following things, part of our preparation and our rejoicing in the gift that God has given us, that we start every day preparing with hope and joy for the assurance of God's promises, that we realize every day we can be the face of God to our families and friends. And I end every day thanking God for today's blessing and place into God's hands my worries and fears.
Today we read from Christ in Our Home, October, November, December 2020 edition. Today's Tuesday, December 8th. Today's reading comes from Isaiah chapter 4, verses 2 through 6. On that day, the branch of the Lord shall be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the land shall be the pride and glory of the survivors of Israel. Whoever is left in Zion and remains in Jerusalem will be called holy, everyone who has been recorded for life in Jerusalem. Once the Lord has washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion and cleansed the bloodstains of Jerusalem from its midst by a spirit of judgment and by a spirit of burning. Then the Lord will create over the whole site of Mount Zion and over its places of assembly a cloud by day and smoke and the shining of a flaming fire by night. Indeed, over all the glory there will be a canopy. It will serve as a pavilion, a shade by day from the heat, and a refuge and a shelter from the storm and rain.
Happy Tuesday, December 8th. I've had both successes and failures. I bet you have too. The problem is when things go well, it's easy to focus on what I did, how I made it happen, to give myself the glory. The bad times are the opposite. I've said many foxhole prayers crying out to God when I feel broken and desperate. This verse inspires me to be mindful of God's presence, not only in bad times, but in good times. Above whatever glory I experience is a canopy, the presence of God. It's easy to forget that God is constantly there, easy to forget that without God I can do nothing. But for as long as God has been in relationship with people, God's presence has overshadowed us with love and care. While not everything humans count as glory is truly God, when we live out the glorious fruitfulness of life in God's Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, generosity, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, it is to God's credit, not ours. God, may I find glory under the canopy of your love, intended as shelter for all people. Amen.